America woke up to a different kind of hangover this past Friday. It wasn't the usual post-Super Bowl slump, but a collective gasp as news broke of mass firings across the federal government. Thousands of employees, many just starting their careers, were handed pink slips. Their offense? Working for the American people. The Trump administration, in a move straight out of a dictator's playbook, orchestrated a purge of what they deemed non-essential employees. The timing couldn't have been more deliberate, just before a long weekend, ensuring maximum chaos and minimal immediate scrutiny. From the hallowed halls of the CDC, tasked with protecting us from pandemics, to the Department of Homeland Security, responsible for keeping our borders secure, no agency was spared. Even NASA, the very symbol of American ingenuity and exploration, felt the axe fall. The White House, in its infinite wisdom, justified these firings as a necessary step to streamline government and improve efficiency. But let's be honest, folks, this has nothing to do with efficiency and everything to do with ideology. This is about dismantling the very institutions that underpin American democracy. Behind every great, or in this case terrible, plan, there's a mastermind. Enter Elon Musk, the billionaire tech CEO, now tasked with fixing the government. Because apparently sending rockets to space and building electric cars qualifies you to run the most complex bureaucracy on Earth. Musk, in his signature condescending style, compared the federal government to a bloated computer that needs a hard reset. But here's the thing, Elon. You can't just hit Control-Alt-Delete on democracy. Governments aren't software programs. They're built on experience, expertise, and a deep understanding of the issues they address. And then there's the enabler-in-chief, Donald Trump, back in the White House after a brief hiatus from wreaking havoc. Trump, who seems to view the presidency as an extension of his reality TV career, has found a willing accomplice in Musk. Together, they're on a mission to dismantle everything they deem inefficient, inconvenient, or just plain annoying. This isn't just about cutting costs or reducing the deficit, it's about consolidating power and silencing dissent. It's about replacing expertise with ideology and loyalty with blind obedience. The immediate impact of these firings is already being felt across the country. At the CDC, vital research on infectious diseases has been halted. The EPA, already weakened by years of budget cuts, is now even less equipped to protect our environment. Homeland Security, tasked with protecting us from terrorism and cyber attacks, is reeling from the loss of hundreds of experienced personnel. The irony seems lost on this administration, that gutting the very agencies responsible for our safety will make us anything but secure. The long-term consequences are even more dire. With fewer experts to analyze intelligence, respond to crises, and enforce regulations, America is more vulnerable than ever. From pandemics to natural disasters to economic downturns, our ability to respond effectively has been severely compromised. But perhaps the most insidious consequence is the erosion of trust in government. When people see their government firing dedicated public servants, it breeds cynicism and apathy. It sends a message that government doesn't work, that it's not there to serve the people. And that, my friends, is the most dangerous outcome of all. Section 4. Voices from the Rubble. Personal stories of loss, uncertainty, and betrayal. Behind the statistics and the political rhetoric are real people whose lives have been upended. Families struggling to make ends meet, dreams put on hold, careers shattered. These aren't just numbers on a spreadsheet, they are our friends, our neighbors, our fellow citizens. Take Sarah, a single mother who lost her job at the Department of Veterans Affairs. She dedicated her life to serving those who served our country, only to be discarded like yesterday's news. How will she feed her children? How will she pay her mortgage? Or John, a scientist at the EPA who spent years researching the effects of climate change. His work was crucial to understanding and mitigating the impact of this global crisis. Now his research lies abandoned, another casualty in the war on science. These are just a few of the countless stories of hardship and heartbreak caused by these senseless firings, stories that deserve to be heard, stories that should shame those responsible into action. Section 5. A Nation Divided, the battle over the soul of government and the future of America. The mass firings in the federal government are not just a political issue, they are a moral one. They are a betrayal of the public trust, a slap in the face to the very idea of a government that works for its people. This is a battle for the soul of America, a battle between two fundamentally different visions of what our country should be. On one side, we have those who believe in a strong and effective government that serves the common good. On the other side, we have those who see government as the enemy, an obstacle to their own narrow interests. The stakes couldn't be higher. The outcome of this battle will determine not just the fate of those who lost their jobs, but the future of our democracy. It's time for all of us to stand up and be counted. It's time to reclaim our government from those who would dismantle it. It's time to remind those in power that they work for us, not the other way around. The time for silence is over. The time for action is now.